Artcadets, and welcome to Tuesday's Scribble Challenge. I'm going to do like I did last week, and I'm going to blindfold myself so that I draw my scribble completely without any idea of what I'm doing. So I'm going to put this on, and then after that we will get on to the drawing. Right, here we go. So I'm going to try and fill all of my paper again. Just trying to guess where I am by the edge of the paper and going off it rather nicely as well. Right, I think that's good. What have we got? There we are, that's this week's challenge. If you're ready, let's go. So here's my scribble then. You notice that I've done it the other way around this time because, try as I might, I turned my paper around and I looked at it and I looked at it and I really struggled this week to find something to draw. But in the end I came up with a picture of a rabbit and a little dog jumping up to give the rabbit a kiss. And above that I picked out two shapes which I've made into butterflies, and then I decided to leave the background as it was and make it into a sort of a pattern of leaves and sky, which you'll see me do in a bit. And I think next week the big thing that I've learnt is that maybe you can overdo the scribble, so I think I'll do less scribbling next week, and that might make it a bit easier to see the shapes, because when you've got so much on there it really does take quite a lot of time and effort to find something in amongst all the lines. So anyway, after I decided what I was going to draw, I began by painting in with my watercolour paints some of the colours, and I really like using watercolour paints because, especially in this kind of drawing, it's really nice that you can layer on different colours to build up a really nice picture. So I went in just with some basic orangey browns for the rabbit and the background of the butterflies. But then fairly early on I thought I needed to make the butterflies stand out a bit more, so I made them into red admirals. So as I said, I was going to make the background various shades of green. So started off by picking out a few leaf shapes and kind of built up from there. And I didn't really have too much of a plan in mind, it just kind of happens with the scribble drawing, and the more that you fill in, the more that you see. So it's quite fun and challenging to see how the picture develops, and it's not always the sort of thing that you can plan right to the end. So the grey area under the rather odd looking dog is meant to be his shadow as he's jumping up to give the rabbit a little kiss. And you'll notice his tail does appear to be coming out of his back, which is quite random, but that's the way the scribble went. And I think by kind of following the lines on the rest of the picture we might have got away with it. But let me know what you think. It is a bit strange. So here I'm going in with a lighter shade of green and just sort of following some of the scribble lines, and as I say, later on laying over some of those once they're dry, just to create a sort of a mosaic effect. So I decided to do the sky a sort of mixture of different blue colours and picking out those different scribble shapes, and I thought that made it a bit more interesting than just doing it all one colour, and it kind of fitted in with the rest of the picture. So I'm using darker shades of green just to sort of frame the outside of the picture and pick out some sort of leaf shapes as well. And the more I went on with this picture, the more I began to enjoy it, because I was a bit worried about it to start with, being that it wasn't as easy to see any pictures. And so to make the little dog stand out, I then went in and gave him sort of a black and white colour coat. And then finished off the rabbit by giving him a slightly darker shade of brown just to fill in his ears. And once it was dry, I then went in with my fine liner and picked out a few more details on the butterflies and gave them some antennae. And then went in with my white gel pen, which really helps to sort of show up the butterfly colourings and really helps them to stand out. And then I decided to go in and in amongst the leaves draw some little white and blue flowers, and I added the blue with a pencil rather than going in with paint again. And I did the same with some of the leaves. So I went in with a dark green colour pencil and thought that might add a bit of interest. So let me know what you think of this scribble challenge, and if you've had a go yourself, then don't forget to send me some of your pictures too. That would be really fab. And if you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe to my channel. And I'll leave you the rest of the video to watch and hopefully see you again next week. Bye!